What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving commenting that basketball is not his top priority right now as the Nets are headed into the playoffs as the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey, Trash Talkers, it's Mike here. Over 93% of you who view our show each and every day are not subscribed to the channel. If you could hit that red subscribe button, it would help us out tremendously, and it is completely free for you guys. If you want to stay up to date with our daily content, then click that bell icon and you will be notified every time we go live. Nick and I both really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, and we can't wait to keep making more daily content for you. All right, Nick. Well, Kyrie Irving made some news over the weekend talking about how he really isn't focused on on the sport of basketball right now. In fact, he's not really thinking about basketball at all as he ponders what's going on in the Middle East, and he feels for the people in the Middle East and trying to figure out what's going on with the situation out there. And this kind of rose a bit of a concern for Nets fans, for basketball fans, and kind of head scratching. While we're all thinking about the Middle East, he still has a job to do. Do you think this is going to hinder his performance, the Nets' performance? How do you think this plays out?
Yeah, I don't think this looks too good in the media outside of basketball, but I think when it comes to playing the game, it's still Kyrie. He doesn't need to put in too much effort to be great. He's one of the best point guards we've ever seen, and I think no matter how he performs, it's going to be above average. It's going to be enough to get the job done. And even if he has an off night, look at both your sides. You have Kevin Durant on one side and you have James Harden on the other. There's nothing to worry about. You have so much talent and it's so deep on this roster. Blake Griffin is a guy who's really come into his own on this team as of recent. Then you have DeAndre Jordan also. I mean, there's so much talent. So no matter how Kyrie performs, this team still has plenty of other assets that they can fall on to have them carry the load instead of him. So Kyrie can be focused on other things besides basketball, and the Nets can still be successful. Although it doesn't look that great. You want him to be a teammate. I think we all have to accept this is who Kyrie is. This is what he's about. He's not always going to be 100% in on the game. He's going to have other focuses, whether it's his family or overseas or whatnot. He has other things that he cares about, and we just got to accept that at this point. And we know that when he's on the court, he's going to give it his all. And whatever happens off the court happens. But all we need to know is Kyrie's going to be there for his teammates when it matters most.
Yeah, I take a look at what Kyrie said, and he's talking about not focusing on basketball because he's not playing basketball right now, right? He was being asked by media members about being a part of the Nets and playing basketball games, and that wasn't his focus right then and there. He was focused on what was happening on the Middle East. Now, when it comes to the time that he's on the basketball court, he's going to be 100% locked in. I think the way he talks to the media is a little shrouded at times. I think there's a lot more he doesn't use as much detail. I think he doesn't give the media enough perspective into what he's really talking about. He just kind of lets them ride it, and then he can show that, oh, they're painting me as the bad guy, so this is why I don't trust the media. So he's kind of playing into that. I believe that he meant that he's just not focusing on basketball until it's time for the game, until it's time to get into game planning for what he has to do, because you know what? I've been thinking about the Middle East a lot, but I have to compartmentalize what's going on in my life as well. I have to think about what happens every day at work. I have to think about what happens with this channel. I have to think about what happens with my family and my loved ones. The Middle East isn't the only thing that's going on in Kyrie's mind, but it is a big portion, and I think that's really what he was trying to convey. Nonetheless, I think Kyrie's going to be locked, loaded, and ready to go when it comes to the playoffs. I think he's going to be absolutely ready to go and hyped up to play for the Brooklyn Nets. I think that they have built this team to be able to compete deep into the playoffs, and what's been going on in the Middle East has been happening for tens to hundreds of years. I think this is, he can focus on it during his off time, but when he's on the court, Kyrie Irving's going to be 100% into the game. All right, well, that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.